In the sunlit castle courtyard, Snow White's laughter echoes through the air as she twirls in her sparkling red shoes. Her mother, the queen, watches with a loving gaze, her heart swelling with affection. Snow White leaps and bounds through the courtyard, her red shoes flashing against the stone. The queen smiles, her love for Snow White a radiant warmth against the backdrop of the castle. The queen's chamber basks in the golden embrace of morning sunlight, dust swirling like secrets in the air. The queen stands tall, regal, and composed, a beacon of power amidst the dancing light. She presents Snow White with a pair of red shoes, their crimson hue promising guidance and bravery. The shoes shimmer with an inner light, hinting at the magic woven into their very threads. With a voice filled with ancient wisdom, the queen proclaims, "These shoes will guide you when you are lost, and give you courage when you are afraid." Her words echo through the chamber, a promise whispered on the sunlit air, binding Snow White to her destiny. Time has passed, and Snow White blossoms into a vision of youthful grace. Grief has cast a shadow, as her mother is no more. Meanwhile, the queen, cloaked in regal ambition, turns to her enchanted mirror. Her obsession with beauty and power darkens the castle halls. Bathed in sunlight, the queen stands before an ornate mirror, the dust motes dancing around her like secrets in the air. Her voice echoes in the chamber. "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the kindest one of all?" Her voice echoes in the chamber. "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the kindest one of all?" The mirror's voice resonates, a chilling declaration. Snow White, with heart so true, is kinder and lovelier than you. The queen absorbs the mirror's words, her expression hardening with a mixture of disbelief and fury. Silence descends as the queen's silent rage fills the chamber, her next move hanging heavy in the air. In the queen's chamber, candlelight flickers, casting eerie shadows that dance across the cold stone walls. The queen's face hardens, a mask of cruel determination settling over her features. Her voice cuts through the silence, cold and sharp. "Take Snow White into the forest." The shadows deepen as she issues her deadly command. "I want her dead." A chilling demand echoes in the chamber. "And bring me proof." Her final words seal Snow White's fate. "I want her heart." Deep in the shadowy forest, the huntsman leads Snow White, his face a mask of inner turmoil. His hand, trembling, reaches for the dagger, then falters, a battle raging within him. With eyes filled with remorse, the huntsman confesses, "I can't do it. I was ordered to kill you. The queen, she wants you dead." The huntsman urges Snow White. "You must flee, Snow White. Run far away and never return." Lost and trembling, Snow White clutches her red shoes in the heart of the dark forest. Sunlight struggles to pierce the dense canopy as Snow White's small figure appears even more fragile. With a hopeful gleam in her eye, she puts on the red shoes, a splash of color in the monochrome world. "Help me, shoes, take me somewhere safe." Sunlight paints the forest floor as Snow White stands still, the red shoes on her feet emitting a soft glow. An almost imperceptible sway begins, the first hint of a dance pulling her deeper. The movement intensifies, the shoes guiding her with an ethereal force. Drawn by an unseen force, Snow White moves deeper into the woods, her red shoes leading the way. Through the dense forest, The mysterious red shoes guide Snow White. The red shoes lead Snow White to a cozy cottage. The cottage stands hidden among the trees, a beacon of warmth. Snow White approaches the cottage, anticipation building with each step. Snow White steps into the cottage, a haven of rustic charm, unaware of its diminutive inhabitants. Sunlight streams through the small windows, illuminating the quaint interior of the dwarf's cottage. The cottage whispers tales of its unseen owners, with miniature furniture arranged neatly within the cozy space. Rustic charm pervades the cottage, a testament to the dwarf's simple, orderly life. Each corner of the cottage reflects the unique personalities of its 7 small inhabitants. In a cozy cottage, Snow White sits at a table, the firelight casting a warm glow as she begins her tale. And so, the queen ordered the huntsman to take me into the woods, she recounts, her voice echoing softly. Dopey listens intently, his eyes wide with anticipation as Snow White continues. I escaped and wandered until I found this cottage. Grumpy scoffs, a likely story, his skepticism cutting through the warmth of the room. Doc interjects, Grumpy, now, what do you say, lads? She needs shelter. Happy chimes in, she's welcome to stay. While Snow White offers, I would be glad to help. Inside the cozy cottage, Snow White lives harmoniously with the dwarfs, their laughter echoing through the rooms. The cottage fills with joyful sounds as the dwarfs sing and play musical instruments, their happiness palpable. Snow White dances gracefully among them, her radiant smile illuminating the room with warmth and affection. Amidst the joyous celebration, the bond between Snow White and the dwarfs deepens, their hearts intertwined in friendship and love. In this idyllic haven, time stands still, as Snow White and the dwarfs revel in their shared happiness and contentment. Sunlight floods the queen's chamber, turning dust motes into fleeting stars. The queen, regal and severe, moves like a caged lioness before the ornate mirror. Rage distorts her serene beauty, casting shadows across her face. She stops abruptly, a chilling resolve hardening her features. Her eyes blaze with cold determination, reflecting a storm brewing within. In the dim queen's chamber, shadows dance around the queen. A transformation begins, as wrinkles deepen and her back hunches, shifting her form. The queen looks like a kind old woman. She prepares a glistening apple, its surface gleaming under the light. A viscous, shimmering poison coats the apple, turning innocence into threat. The apple is ready. In the heart of the forest, a figure hobbles forward, cloaked and mysterious. Her true nature concealed, she ventures deeper, a frail old woman lost among the ancient trees. Through the dense trees, a quaint cottage comes into view, its presence a beacon in the wild. A sinister smile plays on her lips as she gazes at the unsuspecting cottage, her disguise complete. At the quaint cottage, the queen, veiled as a humble old woman, presents Snow White with a gleaming red apple. The apple shines, promising more than it seems. With a deceptive smile, the queen whispers, "This apple will grant your wishes." Snow White's eyes widen with innocent curiosity as she looks at the apple. The idyllic cottage fades into a backdrop for this fateful exchange. Before the quaint cottage, Snow White lifts the apple, its crimson skin gleaming in the daylight. Her eyes flutter shut as she succumbs to temptation, taking a fateful bite. The poisoned fruit seizes its hold, and Snow White begins to crumple. She falls into a deep, dreamless sleep as the apple slips from her grasp. The cottage basks in the soft light of day, an idyllic scene marred only by the supernatural. With an eerie, otherworldly glow, the red shoes leap from Snow White's feet. Like tiny, radiant messengers, they dart away, their light cutting through the forest's gloom. The shoes shrink into the distance, a beacon of hope fading into the dense foliage. Crimson shoes flash against the verdant backdrop as they begin their journey. The red shoes dance playfully across a gently flowing river, sunlight glinting off the water. The red shoes glide through a vibrant meadow, their color a stark contrast against the wildflowers. The red shoes ascend a steep mountain path, undeterred by the challenging terrain. A panoramic view reveals the red shoes, a tiny splash of color amidst the vast, majestic mountains. The red shoes pause, reflecting the sky's endless expanse, ready for the next adventure. The forest's heart welcomes a noble prince astride his steed, his kindness a beacon in the dense woods. Amidst the ancient trees, a striking vision appears. A pair of red shoes, an invitation to destiny. Intrigued, the prince allows the mysterious footwear to guide his path through the labyrinthine woods. The red shoes lead unerringly, a silent promise whispered through the rustling leaves. Through the dense trees, a humble cottage emerges, nestled in a clearing, a destination revealed. The prince, guided by fate, approaches the cottage, ready to uncover the secrets within its walls. In the quaint cottage, Snow White slumbers, bathed in the gentle caress of morning light. The prince enters, his presence a stark contrast to the stillness of the room. He approaches cautiously, his gaze tender as he observes her tranquil form. With a gentle plea, he whispers, "Please wake up, dear Snow White. The kingdom needs your kindness." His voice echoes softly, a beacon of hope in the quiet cottage. The red shoes return to Snow White's feet, radiating an enchanting glow. A magical force binds the crimson shoes to her feet, a symbol of destiny. The shoes shimmer intensely as they settle perfectly onto Snow White's feet. The room fills with an ethereal light, reflecting the shoes' potent magic. Each step echoes with newfound power as the shoes sparkle with renewed vigor. The vibrant sparkle of the shoes hints at the unfolding adventure ahead. In the quiet of the cottage, Snow White stirs from her enchanted sleep, her eyelids beginning to flutter, her eyes open, revealing a delicate awakening from a deep slumber. A wave of elation sweeps through the cottage as the inhabitants erupt in cheers of joy. Cheers of joy erupt from everyone. The cottage fills with the resounding echoes of their happiness, celebrating the end of the dark spell. At the cottage, the evil queen reels backward, eyes wide with disbelief as the red shoes unleash their power. Overwhelmed, she turns sharply. The evil queen flees, her dark cloak billowing behind her. She disappears into the dense forest, swallowed by the shadows. The forest remains silent, the only evidence of her passing the rustling of leaves. The evil queen is never seen again. In the castle courtyard, Snow White and the prince stand side by side, their eyes sweeping over their kingdom with gentle smiles. The courtyard bursts with life as townsfolk dance, their laughter and music filling the air. Snow White's white and gold gown shimmers in the sunlight, a vision of purity and grace. Her red shoes flash with each step, a vibrant reminder of her journey and the wisdom she has gained. Guided by her heart, she moves with purpose and unwavering resolve. A true queen among her people, the kingdom thrives under their benevolent rule, a testament to their love and the enduring power of hope.
Once upon a time, in a kingdom full of twinkling flowers and rainbow-colored trees, there lived a kind and curious princess named Lila. She wore a crown made of shimmering stars and loved to explore the palace gardens where butterflies whispered secrets and flowers glowed at night. One sunny day, while playing near a sparkling lily pond, she saw a talking frog sitting on a golden lily pad. He wore tiny glasses and held a glowing wand. "Hello, Princess Lila," said the frog. "I am Prince Theo. An evil spell turned me into a frog. Only a promise made with a kind heart can break it." Lila gasped, her eyes wide with wonder. "What can I do to help? If you promise to be my friend and share your laughter with me, the spell may break," the frog said, his eyes hopeful. Princess Lila smiled warmly. "Of course, everyone deserves a friend." She gently picked him up and twirled with him around the garden, laughing with joy. Suddenly, sparkling magic dust swirled through the air. The wind shimmered in colors of pink, blue, and gold. The frog glowed brightly, and in a flash of light, poof, Prince Theo stood before her, dressed in a suit made of silver leaves and golden thread, his wand shining with kindness. "Your friendship broke the spell," he cheered. The sky lit up with glowing fireflies and rainbow fireworks. The magical garden sang a tune as flowers danced and trees clapped their leaves. From that day on, Princess Lila and Prince Theo became the best of friends. They created a magic school for animals, where frogs could sing, turtles could paint, and rabbits could fly on leaf kites. And they all lived happily ever after in a kingdom filled with magic, kindness, and color.